Welcome everybody. I don't know if you can see me through the undergrowth, but we are in a field full of wildflowers that are blossoming and we're about to hunt for some tree blossom. I've got someone stuck on my back here. But before we dive into our nature studies, we thought we would teach you a game. So we're going to find a den, somewhere to sit, and we'll teach you a little game. So a couple of months ago we spotted this great den that we played in the woods, but it's so overgrown now, everything's blossoming so much that we can't get in there safely. So we found a spot in the shade and we're going to just show you, well, I'm going to show you a game that you can join in with now, and we'll check that our brains are ready for some listening. So this game is called Switch. Basically, you follow me, but you do the actions that I was previously doing. So if I started off clapping, you wouldn't clap then, but when I said switch, you would clap. Then I would change the action and you've got to keep watching what I was already doing. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so don't follow me now. But when I say switch, you need to go and do what I was doing before. Switch. Keep concentrating.
Hey, I do know this game.
Switch. 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 And switch. So if you've done it right, you should be folding your arms now, ready to listen. You might have heard me say a word lots of times, blossom. This week, yep, is all about blossom. In the Exploring Nature with Children curriculum, you'll find all about how blossom works, how it's part of the important life cycle of flowering plants and trees. And I also want to talk this week not just about blossom, the verb, that name of the flower, but blossom, the noun, the action of growing and erupting into something brand new. Do you know any kind of things that can blossom?
I think you got noun and verb mixed up.
Do you think?
Yeah, you said blossom, the noun is when things erupt.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You got it mixed up.
Okay, so we've got blossom the noun, which is the flower,
Yeah.
the name of something, and then we've got blossom the verb, which is the doing of something. So the action of blossoming. What kind of things can blossom?
Friendship.
Friendships can blossom. Yes, you might just start to have a new friendship that grows into something special. And
I did, but then it stopped blossoming.
it stopped blossoming because they went home, didn't they? Yeah. But we've also got talents that can blossom. You might start to try something out that's new and then suddenly it feels like it just works and you feel confident showing to everyone. People might say that they're blossoming. And obviously we've got nature that blossoms all around us. So as we talk today, we're going to talk a little bit.
Also kind of blossoms the verb a little.
It does. The noun and the verb is in nature a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to come up with some questions for discussion soon that you can communicate with your family about. Then we're going to connect with nature, and then I'm going to show you some things that you can create. So this first question is inspired by something that we found on our nature walk.
Wild garlic. And did you know wild garlic also grows flowers?
Yeah, it's blossoming, isn't it, around
Yeah.
here? And so we were thinking about foraging, how you can collect wild food safely if you're with a grown-up who knows about it, to take home, to eat, to cook and to eat. And also when you notice a lot of blossom trees, they grow fruit, a lot of fruit that is edible either for the animals or for us. But did you know that in a lot of places in Britain, in a lot of places, have you been digging in the mud? Yeah. In a lot of places in the UK, it is illegal to forage unless it's private property. Do you think that that's fair? Do you think we should be encouraged to forage for food? Is that better for the environment? Should there be rules around it? What do you think about foraging for wild food? Question number 2 is inspired by something else that we found on our nature walk. We found a fallen down tree that people had put money in to make wishes, and we found a few trees that had fallen and a few trees that had definitely been chopped down. And so we wondered, is it ever okay to chop down a tree? Is it ever okay to end that life cycle where the blossom helps it reproduce? Is that ever a right thing to do? What do you think? Question number 3 is about that verb blossoming, particularly about talents that can blossom. Do you have any talents that you would like to see blossom and grow and spring into new life? If so, what are they? And is there anything that's stopping you or getting in the way from that blossoming? As usual, make sure you back up your opinions with some reasons. What might be interesting this week is to give your opinions straight away with any reasoning that you might have, but then take some time to talk to other people, to research and see if your opinion changes, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with changing your mind if you've got reasons and evidence that point you in a different direction. If you've done one of our video workshops before, you know that this is the time that we connect with nature. My children are over there right now playing and connecting with nature in that way. You can hear some screams. Most of them are because they're feeling something happy and they're excited, although sometimes nature can make them feel a little bit frustrated when they might trip over a tree root or something like that. So nature does lots of things to stir up emotions inside us. And it's really important to take time out to think about that and reflect on that and connect with nature, because that also, weirdly, helps us connect with other people as well. So it doesn't matter where you do this challenge. It could be on your nature walk. It could be in a field that looks like this. It could be with a book or a video, or it could be walking to the bus stop, looking out the window, on a car journey. It doesn't matter where you do it. Hopefully you'll still be able to do this 3-2-1 challenge this week. So our 3-2-1 challenge this week is all about blossoming. I want you to notice 3 things or people that are blossoming. So it could be some kind of plant that you notice blossoming. It could be a creature that you notice erupting into its new self. It could be someone whose talent is blossoming as you notice them and watch them. So 3 things or people that are blossoming. I want you then to notice 2 things that have been prevented from blossoming. So that could be something in nature that either humans or something else has prevented them from blossoming, from growing, from blooming into themselves. Or it could be a person where you notice either the world around them prevents them from blossoming or something else has. And one thing I would like you to do, one thing that helps something or someone blossom. So it could be clearing a path for a sapling that you see coming out so that it can grow. It could be doing something for someone else to help their talent or their confidence blossom, or even their friendship blossom. Okay, so 3 things or people that are blossoming, 2 things that you notice that have been prevented from blossoming, and do 1 thing that helps someone or something blossom. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. I hope you had a great time exploring. Now it's time to create. Here's one thing that we did. We tried to make an interesting way to explain the different parts of a flower to each other. So we ended up doing a giant jigsaw that we could use to explain all the different jobs of the flower in reproduction. How about you try that too? Maybe without writing anything down, could you create an interesting way of showing what blossom does and what its job is in the life cycle? The next thing we did is we made a gigantic blossom tree with recycled materials because we had a lot of boxes lying around. We used different techniques for painting, and you'll see here we've got bubble wrap and we're stomping on our blossom paint. Now, even if you're older, it's important to experiment with different ways of applying paint. Just like Jackson Pollock used to drip paint, you can try all different ways to paint your blossom if that's what you're going to create. Here's our finished product with a secret door as well to pop out of. And we also wrote a blossom poem. We used similes. Oh, there's some pink toes. We used similes to explain what we felt like when we were watching the blossom fall. So here's a list of things that you could create, but go wild, do whatever suits your skills and talents, and maybe you could blossom a little bit there too. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time as we explore nature together. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.